So, all right, so welcome to this session, okay? So for the flyer I showed us earlier, these are the parameters. These are all the things I employed in that design. Let me admit more comrades joining. So these are the parameters, our assets. Here you can see from the church name and logo to the various backgrounds, I was able to blend together. These latecomers are going to be distracting us today. So yes, these are parameters. You can see the minister and his congregation, right? You can see a fire background, okay? Here is another. And then this is a glass ball. You can always download it online. It was red. I had to tone it to dark blue, okay? It was red. So they have a barcode as well and all that stuff. This is fire vector. You can get it online as well, all right? And get it online, and then our various text, and of course our social media vector icons. They are all online as well, our call icon. Okay, for those who purchase my Christmas pack, you'll find all this in there with their 3D versions. So I'm going to be telling us how I was able to mesh these tiny circles together. Then I was able to use them as a pattern as well. So we're enabling a number. So once again, you're welcome to class, guys. So these are some backgrounds I also employed, but this time as overlays. Yes, overlays and screen modes. So we get there. So let's begin, please. Oh God, this list commas. Okay. So the design was employed around 6.5 by 7.5 inches. All right. So here we go. I've been able to use a rectangle tool as usual to draw our background. I'm able to use a rectangle tool to draw our background. And then, like I said earlier, our unit is going to be in inches, okay? This is inches up there. I believe you're following, okay? And it was centered around 6.5. So you have to enter manually here, this formatting bar here, the third bar from the top, okay? So 6.5 by 7.5 inches. When you're done, you strike enter. You can see the adjustment, you can see the change, okay? So this is the perfect size of that flyer. This is what we have here. So we are going to be starting with our innermost BG, okay, which is our innermost background. Talking about the priest, can be enlarged. Let's send this to back. Okay. And this as well, right? It's a blue shade. All right, I'll tell us more. So what you have to do is to first package this inside this container, and then you can always what? Follow up with adjustments. Okay, then do the same for this as well. Okay, page down, alternate click, you select it like I've been telling us. All right, so you have something like this at the end of the day, you can adjust, and then choose not to adjust and all that. Edit your contents in case you want to do anything that cannot be done from the outside, like applying transparency and all that. So control and click will take you inside the container. I'm inside the box now, right? Then I decide to fade the top of this flyer with my transparency tool. Watch the minister so you don't have to chop his head off, okay? This is what we have. They're leaving you with this kind of what effect. But we need a blue shade. We need a blue shade. So just duplicate and then extract all this content, delete. Use your color eyedropper tool. Click. Look for this background. You click and then you click here. You can see it has changed from black to that blue. That means we have successfully cloned that portion of the priest's background. Okay. Then you can power clip it as well. You adjust, send to back, control page down. Okay, and then you can reduce the opacity. Yes, something like this. Add, no. Subtract, no. Multiply, no. So you should be able to know which one will be best for your designs at the end of the day when you apply your blend modes. Extra highlights, then it is no. Try these other ones. They're not just one. So the best is to leave it at what? Normal. Okay. It's about 30 degrees opacity. Yeah, okay. So we've been able to achieve a blend, as in we've been able to blend that black, that gray background with this priest's background, as well this church background. Let's put it that way as well. If we delete, you'll see this is all we have when you delete. It's not really communicating, right? I believe you get what I'm saying. It's not really communicating. So that's why we had to employ this. You can see the background, the one at the back, still showing here. Okay. So I believe we are all together. Do I have more guys coming? Nobody's coming again. Okay, two, I have two. So So the first is to always start with your what? The people that gave you the job. Okay. Don't forget them. Make sure you don't forget them. So you have to strategically place their logo. All right. Mind your negatives, your white spaces, sorry. Pay attention to them. All right. You don't have to take this here. No, sir. No, man. It cannot work. Okay. Even like this still cannot work. So you have to strategically what? Evaluate to eyes. You know that, oh, okay, this will be best here. Okay, you can enlarge and then you what? You centralize. Pick the other one and then you what? You strike E, align to the center. I don't joke with alignment. That's why you see my jobs, right? You always see my jobs. If it's not to the left, it's to the right. If it's not to the right, it's to the center. Okay, or to the top or to the bottom. So we have started. You're able to strategically place the church name and our logo. Okay. So don't forget they are presenting something to us, which is what? Ministers Conference and Restoration Seminar. All right. Let's type that in a hurry. Ministers Conference and Restoration. Are we together, please? Okay, so we have been able to achieve our what? They are presenting. So we copy this. This is going to be currently presents what they are presenting. Okay, so you have it here. So you control K on this text so you can what? Separate them and then apply their effects individually. All right. So the ministers use your shape tool. Let's increase the what? The negative spaces in between them. They will not the same though. So I decided to let this be. Montserrat, that is Montserrat for you, please. Conference on what? Small letters, sentence case, restoration as well, sentence case, even our seminar, not on sentence case this time around, on lower case, everything has to be in what? Lower letters, so small letters. So we have this now. So what do we do from here? To avoid this dot from interfering with my text, with that restoration text, all I did was to delete it away. And how was I able to delete that dot on I? I'm talking about this dot on I. Okay. What I did was to what Control Q to convert to curve and then double click to activate your shape tool. Then you highlight it to crack. You click and drag, okay? You highlight and then you delete. Now you can effectively use it without it disturbing other text, okay? Same thing applicable here. Use your shape tool. Control Q. Delete this. So they know interfere at the end of the day. Okay. And my C here is also because I strategically placed this minister. So the C had to be in small letters. Everything had to be in small letters, please. The Ministers' Conference and Restoration Seminar. So, yeah, line to the left, L. Okay, let's just have to use a bit. Or present, of course, really the smallest thing here. Conference and Restoration Seminar, all on center alignment with the conference. So, you have to control K to remove this and bring it to the back of restoration. So we have something like this. Highlight everything to the conference and then strike your C, right, to put it to the center. 5 people coming in. Where have we been all this while, guys? We can't just stick to time. So here we are. So restoration and seminar rebates. Not as big as the conference, still on center alignment. And of course, I have to make this like this. So this is what we have now. Then we can go with this format, okay? Down is the fill, okay? Now, if you have a red, sorry, an RGB, sorry, or G, you have to strike your G to activate your what? Your fountain fill. So it has to be red to orange. These late comments are disturbing us. Listen, you guys. So this is what we have here now. So you have to replicate this for others. Click, Control, repeat, and make Control R, which is repeat. Click again, and then you click again, which is repeat. Control what? R. The reason why we had orange here is because there's a source of light, okay? And your red cannot always be red when you have a source of light hitting it from the right, okay? That's why we had that fire there, this fire here, okay? We'll come to that. Let's finish with our texts. So let's reduce a bit. And then a tiny bar was employed. By drawing with your what? Your rectangle tool, you have to copy the effect. Drag with your right mouse button and then release. You see, I already told us about that before. Highlight to the right at the conference, everything will go to the right. You have to increase this from the left. Let's make it fatter. Drag down a bit with your sheet and make it fatter. Control R to maintain that property. This will have to be shorter. Okay. So this is what we have. So this is what I was able to do there. I believe we are following, guys. This is what I was able to do there. It is smaller. Get a shape tool and spread it. Now, this level. Okay. At the end of the day, highlight everything. Press G to group them. That's Control G to group them. Highlight it to the center of this logo. You can see. At the end of the day, when you're done, you have to what? Ungroup. Ungroup. You ungroup from here, or you strike Control U. Yes. So this ant was resting on a cyan shape, which I did by just drawing a box, cyan color, you remove the outline, and you send to back of this conference, send to the back of it. Order behind conference. You can see it's going to the back. Okay, let's move up. So you control Q to convert to curves. Control Q to convert to curve. Okay, then you double click, hold the node down here. This node at the base, on the left, hold your control and then drag up, right? So make sure you're maintaining that straight line. Okay, all right, it's ice blue, sorry, sky blue. Okay, same also applicable to our seminar, Control R, sky blue. And then because of that source of light, we're going to be having, a faded portion to the right. Okay. Now we have this as what they are presenting. Okay. I have 5 messages. It's not a time for question yet. We are not there. Please don't rush us. I don't know what is bringing that already by this time. Please, you don't have to rush us. These are fire texts. Control home to take it to the top of your texts. Okay, it's at the top now. So you have to align to the right of this shape. Strike R to perfectly take it to the right. Okay. Then you go for a blend mode, which is add. Using your transparency, go to add. And what do you notice? Did anybody notice something? You discover that the background, the background the fire was carrying has suddenly what? Disappeared. Right, but you have to be careful. Make sure it doesn't want to ruin your text because it's already ruining it. Also, you have to use your shape to crop a portion. All right, if that fire hits too much, pop out as well. Okay, then align to the right, striking R. So we have something like this at the end of the day. So this fire is the reason why this part of our text to the right is what lighter. It is orange to red. Red is darker than orange, right? You can see white to cyan because of this fire effect, right? Okay, so that is that about that. Or can you save this? Control S. Okay. So let's come as a disturbing us. Disturbing. All right, so we're done with that. So the next is the what? Theme. To position the theme to the center of this background by striking your C. Select both the text first, then your background, then you strike your C to align to the center. We're using the same Montserrat font. Okay, the font is still Montserrat. You don't get it twisted. Font is still Montserrat. So there's a tagged text here. You typed. It's just like typing everything ahead of time. So there's nothing to show us again that is special about typing. We already know how to type. So the minister's name will have to come ministering Pastor this is so and so. As you can cut Control X and paste behind this text. All right, so I'll be on the straight line. So you do what? I have to align. I have to break them in terms of this effect. In the cyan effect on the pastor's name. Finally, I figured the bits. Sorry. I'm doing something else. The fire was supposed to be here. The fire was supposed to be here, sorry. So, same red and orange fill, RGB. So add your orange. CMYK orange pops better. So in many of my designs, I employ both color modes, right? So long it's not an impression job. It's not a printing press job as in a manual separation job. It's a DI or a banner job which involves direct printing, okay? So you can do and undo. So long you have a printer that knows how to operate his machine or their machines. So you be free to mix your colors, all right? Unless you're strictly adhering to the rules of manual impression and separation. So we have our ministrant to be orange, and then the rest might flow. We like it. Okay, so we have something like this at the end of the day. All right. Hope we are getting it, guys. Hope we are getting it. To increase, and then you take off. Don't forget it's on center alignment. Don't forget it's on center alignment. To check, now click your background while we shift. Strike your C. You can see it didn't move. Just tell you that it's been perfectly aligned. Okay. So we have something like this. We watch the base of the flyer, it's darker. All right. So the base here, it's darker, so we have to duplicate our background. Okay. We're running out of time. You have to permit us to go on a little break. And it logs out. It's about logging me out, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes' time. So let's continue. So we have to extract everything in this background, leaving us a black. Okay, then you use your transparency tool and then you fade upward. You can see, why am I doing this? To give it a 3D feel, and then to make our text, the text that will be there at the end of the day, to make them pop out. All right, you can't just have text on images. On this images on this congregation, you can't just put them there. At the end of the day, they may not pop. Imagine a text like this, and it's interfering. It cannot really pop. Okay, so all you have to do is to fade that black there to give it that 3D feel. Okay, I don't know if you're following, but I believe you have questions. Just prepare them ahead, please. Prepare your questions ahead. So next is to position our what? Our blue ball to the center as well. See, this is it. Let's place our black to the, directly to the front of the text. So the blue has been aligned perfectly. Now it's time to lift our date and time. Okay, date and time. Also on what center alignment? What I did was to break them, Control K, Control K, Control K, will break them for you. And then you'll be able to separate them. Friday 20th and Saturday 21st. That means we're still going to scatter all this. April 2003. Saturday 21st. Okay. To save your time, you can just have to type everything at the same time. Because in this case, they're not using the same text properties, like the color, size, all that. So this stuff. So let's use our shape tool to move this and highlight it and drag it to B to Saturday. Highlight everything, strike C to centralize them. You can see. So let's increase 21st. That's the emphasis. And 20th. Let's give them the same property. So mind the low spacing there. Let's be careful. So let's increase this a bit as well. We have this, align to the center again, C. Group them, G, so they can be together, then align to the center of the circle, both horizontal and vertical. By pressing C and E, you can see they've been perfectly aligned. And ungroup when done, by striking Control U, or you come to this formatting bar, and click on group. So 20 and 21st is on yellow. All right, just give them a special emphasis. Okay, this is what it is. It is what it is. So here we go, guys. We continue, we'll be able to place our date perfectly. Okay, so to make it glow, to make this our blue, I have to employ what? A flare. All right, we'll soon go on a break. 5 minutes break, please. Let's be aware. 5 minutes break, please. So let's look for a flare. Let's come on. Flare, please. Okay. I remember sending this folder to us while in class. Those who just came on board can check through the classes. You get this flare in a folder there, flare and light. So this is the flare. So all you have to do is to change it to blue to rhyme with that circle, that golden, I mean that 3D ball. So Control Shift U will give you this menu, and then you can adjust the hue, okay, until you get a blue. I need something like this at 126, minus 126. Then you click OK. So we have it here. So blend mode, add. What did you notice? Has it not turned to a radiant light? So let's reduce the opacity by, let's say, 30%. Take it away, then try and align to the circle. CE. Guys, what did you notice? Is it not glowing now? Is it not glowing? Of course, it's glowing. So we have this now as our date for the program. So remember your date icon. You can always go online and what? Check. All right, this is our date icon. Just type calendar icon. Okay, if I click in this circle, it's too big. You don't need much emphasis on it. All you have to do is to reduce, okay, and let it stay at the top of the circle. Click and then C to align perfectly towards the center. So our date icon, our calendar icon was perfectly rested, okay, on the shape. All right. So the next is the wing-like shape for our other schedules. Okay. We have other schedules, the days, yes, days, instance conference, restoration seminar. You can see that shape there. You can go to class and peep from the flyer. So we have wings, like a windy effect there, just like wings. So you have stuff like this. Other, seeing that. Let's send it to the front. So this background. Okay. So you have something like this there. That's what? Fully modified. So you have to do to curve the edges of this shape. You have to what? Click and drag to curve the edge. You can see the four corners have been what? Curved successfully. Control Q, convert it to curve. So you can double click to what? Activate your shape tool. When you activated your shape, you just click and drag this portion, this bottom left, click and drag, you select both modes for you, and then you use your arrow key to slant. You can use your mouse, you can also use your mouse, hold your control, just make sure it's straight. You can hold your control, then you just activate your shape tool by double clicking on it, or you go for shape tool here, then you click to drag, and then use your arrow key, okay, to slant that shape. Then when you're done with that, you come down, duplicate. Yes, I duplicated. Select this, select it, the red, hold your shift, select the white, and then you click trim. You have trim on your formatting bar, you have weld, you have other simplify, other options there as well. So we need the trim, we need to trim out this red. Where this red is tracking this white, we need that portion out of the white shape. So you have to what? Trim it out. You know the meaning of trim now. So when you delete, what do you have there? You have that shape already here. Okay, so we need a uniform shape for this as well. This part of the design. Okay, we have this now. It looks longer though. The flyer, it looks longer. Let's increase and then let's reduce. Reduce. And we just reduce our minister as well. He's already touching his head, so he doesn't have to touch it. Okay. Let's delete this, make this again. Duplicate. So at the end of the day, you select both together. Control G to group. With the groups now, we want to align them perfectly to the background. So hold your shift and click. Set up the background, then you strike C. When you strike C, you see them jump automatically to the center, and then you send to back. Okay. The shape. So they are at the back now. Then you ungroup. Sky blue to white. Sky G. Because of that reflection, they don't like reflection. Try to fade it. And then red, RGB, to orange, CYMK. So we have this at the end of the day. This might still need reduction if we are to, maybe we're going to be reducing at the end of the day. We have to what? Drag inward. Make sure you select this group. C must be at the center. You must align it to the center. Don't forget that. And you ungroup. You have late commas. So serious late commas. Save. And we're getting ready to go on a little break. This is just for 5 minutes. Oh, sorry, I've forgotten this fire and dominion.